Hey, welcome back everyone to my YouTube page. What I'm going to do today is I have the same halftone PNGs that I worked on the other video. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit them in Photoshop and I'm going to put them in the TIFF format because the commercial printer, the way it talks is it needs Maintop to understand that it needs two white channels. So when the software that's called PrintX, when we tell it to print, it tells the two head when to lay down color and when to lay down white. Okay? All right, so now that we have our image already opened up in Photoshop, you see this little tool right here, the magic wand tool. This is going to be your best friend when it comes to tiffing the file. So I've already got it selected. First thing I'm going to do, I want to go into image. It's red, green, blue. I'm checking my image size. Okay, that's pretty big. I'm just going to make it 11 inches. It's 300 pixels. All right. I'm going to go to layer. I'm going to hit control. That is going to highlight everything. And it's going to translate into telling the printer to lay down white. You're going to go to channels. New spot channel. You have W1. Duplicate. You're going to make that W2. For some reason, it does not highlight it. You're going to hit the view button. Okay, we're not done yet. We're not done. We're going to go back to image, and we have to change the mode to CMYK. Once again, this is for the printer. You're going to press OK. You're going to save as, and I'm going to keep the name the same here so I can track it. TIFF. I leave everything default. Press save. That looks good to me. Press OK. Include all layers. And there it is. This file is TIFFed. Okay, I'm going to find it on my desktop. And you see this is my little rhyme and reason. And that right there is how to prepare your TIFF. Video. I'm going to show how we've got our file. It was originally a PNG. We then TIFFed it to add the white layers. We're now going to upload it into Maintop right in here. That way Maintop can view the image. We can align it on here, and then Maintop will make its own file. We'll then use a program called PrintX, which is, I'm sorry, A-Tools. PrintX is the driver that we use. So within this tool, I'll open it up. I'll press connect. Okay, So it's going to use TACP coming out through an Ethernet cord, going into the printer. I'm going to minimize, open back up Maintop. I've already got the page set up. This is my canvas. Generally, it's just 12 by 14. Let's get right to it. Okay, we're going to hover over to Import Picture. Import Picture. We're going to find the file name. Okay, first one I'd like to do is Beetlejuice. I'm going to click Open. Click OK. This is where I like it. I need to align it. So let me first do Show Metric Panel. Okay, that's really close. Usually you put it 0, 0, but I'm going to adjust it. See, size 12 by 14. I'm going to choose center position. It's already perfectly resized. If I wanted to, I could resize it in here. I can make this image smaller or bigger, but it's already set. Okay, I'm going to hit the print icon. So from here, we're using the Print X driver. We're not going to change any of that. And we've got our size. I'm going to click Properties. So here you have your drop down, which you could choose the different resolution to print on. So we have the 720 by 1080. And you can see you have all these to choose from, right? Sometimes something that's like white art, there really is no rhyme or reason on why you would want to make such a high DPI for something that's just white. I primarily like to go higher when there's a lot of art, like the graphic itself is like really colorful, like a photo. You know, a photo is a massive picture. Most of our phones, they're in the megapixel range. So right here, I'm just going to keep it default, and that's going to work for this halftone because it's not going to require that much ink. I've still got my custom size, 12 by 14, because the printer is 13 inches, but we like to use 12, so that way you don't get a printhead strike. Ink CMYK. This has to match 720 by 1080, 6 pass. Okay, black ink. So right here, you could set your white ink. We have this all set up, all direction, so bidirectional. Spot color, cover. And we're going to go 100% white. Now, there's some people who do gradient, but since we've had Photoshop do all the work, I'm just going to leave it the way it is. I'm going to press OK. We have 2 channels of white. Okay. For instance, I'm going to press this. This has a drop down. These both match. Let's see here. Black ink minimum. All right. I leave it default. And out of habit, I still do auto set paper. Auto set paper, auto set paper. That's okay. Now the next important step, okay, would be to hit print to file. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to make sure that my alignment is good on here. So I'm going to go show alignment. I'll click this, then click that. Okay. We've already went through all this. We're not going to change any of the settings. And we're going to click print to file. We're going to save it. I like to save it all at desktop. And I'm going to call this, we'll call it Beetlejuice. Click save. Okay, so what the software doing right now is ripping. It's rasterizing it. Let's letting it do its thing. All right. I am going to minimize it so you can see the file type. Okay. You can notice it created 2 files. So I like to keep them organized. And our most important file is the PRN. We're now going to go to this tool, File, Beetlejuice PRN. Okay, double click. We're going to add it. We'll then go to Print. All right, so you can see the printer is set up. I've already got my sheet. This is the warming plate right here. You can see my hand. This is what heats up the ink as it comes across from the print head. Because it's moving so fast, this plate speeds up the process from the time the color goes down first, then the white. It travels down, then it goes into the heater shaker oven, or if you had any other conveyor belt or let's say like a Seismo, it would just feed right through. And this right here are the guards. This is what keeps the pet from moving around, and that can happen. These little rollers, they have a actuator in the back which keeps the paper consistent, and we mark it so every time we need to change out another roll. But these are here to help guide the paper so it doesn't get bunched up and then the print head hits it and then you get a strike, and then now you're in big trouble. So what I'll do now is I will do my nozzle checks, and we already have all our art set up in the A tool, and I'll show you a couple of videos of it printing. It's really fast. Stay tuned. As you can see, this is an 11 by 13. And this is the Sanyon 2 XP600 print head. That's it. That is it. Amazing, right? Okay, I've got a couple more to do. I'm going to powder and cure, and then I'll line them all up for you. So there you have it, everyone. Finished them up. You've seen the timer. So it took probably about a minute and 40 seconds. So multiply that by the number of prints. Halftone, black knockout. And here we go. Like on this one right here, you can see, if you can zoom in, but even if I look to the back of it, right, put this on black, no problem. Now we have the regular print of these, but once again, if you're using the natural color of your shirt, it'll feel softer. We'll save a little more ink on there, but it's totally up to you. So if you want to request it, we can knock it out, halftone, or just do regular. I want everyone to stay tuned. Please follow, like, and subscribe as we grow. As you can see, we've progressed really good. We've been moving from our little printer to our bigger printer, and then maybe one day even a bigger one. So yeah, stay tuned, everyone, and we'll see you in the cart, grandsusdesigns.com.